Greetings.
What does the pictographic meaning of Haya, or I am, reveal? This is an amazing pictograph that shows us the depth of Elohim's character. In modern Hebrew, it can be understood as look, hand, look, or look, work, look, which might be alluding to the prophecy of Yeshua, or Jesus, being nailed to the cross, or even a calling or request for followers of Yeshua to witness to the world the everlasting gospel of the kingdom. This is amazing in and of itself, but when you look at some earlier versions of this word, you can see another amazing thing that need no explanation. This revelation is manifested in the exact same manner as how the pictograph of Yehovah, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, can be understood. To me, the modern Hebrew doesn't look anything like a pictograph. And when you go back to the 9th century BC, if you look at these characters, there is some slight evidence of it, but it's not really clear. At least to me, it's not clear. So I cannot discern by just looking at these characters that they were pictographic in nature. But recent archaeological findings reveal that these characters had pictographic origins. It was discovered not too long ago that the Israelites borrowed the Egyptian hieroglyphs as a means to write their own Hebrew language. For them, it was used like the English alphabet, and not like how Egyptians used it to communicate meaning through various pictures. The Hebrews used this alphabet to make consonantal sounds, and did not necessarily use its pictographic understanding as the primary meaning for its communication, as far as I know. They could have had the knowledge of the meaning behind these pictographic letters, or they may have been led by the Holy Spirit to use specific pictographs for specific characters. Nevertheless, I believe that there is a supernatural element to its existence. The story that some of these pictures tell seem beyond what a man is capable of constructing without some assistance from God. One example is the name Yeshua in Hebrew is why I believe it's supernatural. The pictographic understanding of Yeshua can be read as hand is consumed by the nail for all to see, is something that I don't imagine that Moses could have known about at his time when the pictograph were first adopted. And if he did, it was not mentioned in his writings as far as I know. When you go back to around the 15th century BC, when Proto-Sinaitic Hebrew was used, it is almost patently obvious. So when I see the two spirit-like characters, it mostly reminds me of God the Father and His Son, with the symbol of a hand in between them. So this reveals the character of Elohim that I see in the word Haya. But in light of what Elohim means, and now this pictograph, I am thinking that the English meaning of the term I am would be better served if it were changed to we are, because it makes a lot of sense to me. But this is not meant to be doctrinal, but just plain acknowledgement and respect for the duality of Father and Son in all of Scriptures. I'm not necessarily discounting the Holy Spirit, but I would like to hear your comments on this. So this is what I see in the pictograph. I see God the Father is holding His Son's hand. This is so beautiful. The love of the Father for His Son is immortalized in the simple word Haya. In Exodus 3, verses 13 to 14, it says, And Moses said unto Elohim, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The Elohim of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, What is his name? And what shall I say unto them? And Elohim said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. So when Moses asked what Jehovah's name was, he got Haya, which shows me the most profound expression of love that Elohim could have given to Moses in the form of a name, which is the imagery of God the Father holding His Son's hand, just the two of them in a close and loving bond, in harmony and scripturally symbolized as one. As we read in John 10, verse 30, I and my Father are one. In John 17, verses 21 to 22, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And the glory which thou gavest me I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one. The word Haya, or I am, also speaks of their humility, because they just are. They don't need some fancy names to make them sound like the pagan gods, which are named in reference to some great things that were created, like lightnings and the sun. Could Moses have known the love that was expressed in this pictograph? When these pictographs were more like pictures, it would have been easier to see this relationship. But did the Israelites know that the Son of God existed and was alongside God the Father in the time when these characters were used, long before the Messiah? I don't know, but Nebuchadnezzar knew of Son of God when he saw the fourth man in Daniel 3 verse 25. Did he get this knowledge from the Israelites and Israelites through Moses? I don't know, but the word Elohim is plural form of El. So Moses at least knew that there were more than one God, because he used the term Elohim, which literally means gods. This name given to Moses was both beautiful yet tragic, in that all the ceremonial types and prophecies revealed to Moses and subsequently to the Israelites over the centuries have failed to be understood by most of the Israelites at the time of their fulfillment. This is the enormous love I see in all of Scriptures, that the work of the Father and the Son are in harmony with each other since the creation. Their instructions were plentiful and were abundantly clear, but many still failed. Elohim's personal torments and sacrifices that were endured to save mankind testify to their intense love for us. This is what I see in the name Haya. I hope that you can see this as well and be blessed by it, and have a deeper understanding of our Elohim. So here are a couple of more ways to read this pictograph. First one is, the Father works with the Son. The second one is, the Son works for the Father. The following verses support these principles. John 5 verse 17. But Yeshua answered them, My Father worketh hitherto, and I work. John 5 verse 36. But I have greater witness than that of John. For the works of the Father hath given me to finish. The same works that I do bear witness of me, that the Father hath sent me. John 10 verses 36 to 38. Say ye of him whom the Father hath sanctified and sent into the world, thou blasphemest, because I said, I am the Son of Elohim? If I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. But if I do, though ye believe not me, believe the works, that ye may know and believe that the Father is in me, and I in him. Thank you for watching this video. If you have been blessed, please share.